Alright, hello everybody. It is currently 1:55 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which means that Endwalker officially releases in 5 minutes. I am super nervous, super excited, and yeah, we're gonna record the whole thing, and I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna start when we log in. Maybe MSQ, we might pick up Sage. I don't think I'm gonna level it right away, but we might pick it up. I'm just gonna hop in and we'll decide where to go from there. But I am so excited, I'm so nervous, don't know what to expect. 4 minutes, oh my god. Oh my god. So I don't know what to do there. Do I exit out and go back in? Just gonna keep trying, I guess. This is real. It's there. It's there. Lobby error happened and I got kicked out when I was at like 400, but when I logged back in I was only at like 3 something, so luckily. God, I was worried. Run! Oh no! Oh my god! We can start the next quest! Oh my god! Alfino is feeling the need to take stock. The next ship to sail, our first... Oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Tenacious, do you have some time to talk? I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Listen to this music. Oh my god. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. This music. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telephoroi. The Telephoroi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. This music, oh my god. I just need to like take a minute and ground myself here. This is... Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Arenvald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threads close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telephoroi are under the leadership of Van Daniel and one other delightful fellow, Zeno C.A. Galvis, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession, but that has since changed, and in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not one rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence, which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Telephoroi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We will find a way in Charlayan, I am sure of it. Master Fortuno's comments regarding the final days were curious, to say the least. The Forum knows more than it is letting on. Sorry to interrupt. Hi, Tataru. The music is... We've just received word from Mrs. Kryl. She says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. You're to head to Limsa Lominsa and board the next ship bound for Charlayan. This music. Are they kidding? And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldessian, come to assist with the Order's restoration. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. Aw, Estinian! I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course, we should set off at once. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. No. Already? The quest acceptance music. Oh, the Sage's Path. Hold on. Part of me kind of wants to unlock Sage at least. Cute! She's in the Neo-ish Guardian. Is that Fending? Is she a paladin? You are a paladin. Alright, let's do it. And afterwards, perhaps I shall invite our esteemed alumna Alize for tea at the Bismarck. Heh, I'll be the envy of everyone. What? Oh! Enhancement. Xenos and Vordola come to mind. Oh my god, the music is so good. Tenacious is a sage. Oh, poor Tataru. Hi. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid for your passage and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlayan should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. This music. This is just like in the launch trailer, but it's daytime.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, The street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Oh.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louisoix of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon
He
this
tried
dock?
to rob Louisoix.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Oh my gosh.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I was hoping that was like why he was looking at him all upset.
Merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company.
Cute.
Or
He
I'll
says
be
we're
forced to respond
friends.
in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Oh my gosh, so cute. The banter's already so good.
Better.
Oh, Tataro's sad because we're all having
You
to
right,
leave again.
You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell-bent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise. Seeing Tenacious
I'll
in
hold
main
you to that.
scenario stuff again is just like... it's so good. I'm so happy.
Good. You're still here.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this
Oh my
way?
gosh, yes!
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
Don't you worry, we will stop any apocalypse that tries to come here.
We set the sail! All aboard for Charlian!
Oh my god.
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey! And please, please, be careful.
It's Tar. Dang it.
And so you venture forth
No.
into the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
She's so short.
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
I didn't think he was gonna say all of that this early. Oh my gosh.
Here. Feel. Think.
Is this a 1.0 reference?
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
Oh no. What? What in the fuck? This is the first quest.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
I can trust your words no longer.
You have visited the first. You have every right to say that. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Eidolon has always been.
I know we knew that already, but like...
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse, which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him.
Oh my gosh, this answers...
Yet 7 times now. Those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Scions just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
I feel like something, okay, I thought something was like gonna happen. We were gonna like have an echo or something. I don't know.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
I missed everyone so
and
much.
A good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Charlian.
They're playing this music.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Charlian proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
I'm so happy.
Sharlian, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next, then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall.
I love him so much. I'm so happy to have him with us.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today.
So professional.
And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
Look at her nails.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
What the heck?
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
Uh-oh. I think we're
Leveilleur.
gonna run into problems here.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny. And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation.
Do you know Alice?
Enough already.
She's gonna exacerbate her current situation.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlian natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Hi. I'm tenacious.
Name and occupation?
I'm tenacious, and I am a housemaid, as you can see by my outfit. Adventurer by trade, that's what I will say.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea, and it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter.
I don't...
And you, sir?
This is the Azure Dragoon.
Stinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formerly, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me.
Cryo.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Just in time. Poor Estinian did not know
Mistress
what to say.
Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
Excuse the shit out of me, lady.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Why are you so concerned with the company we keep anyways? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with Estinian? Like, everybody's an Archon. Or a native.
Cryle.
Except for us two, and we're awesome.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
We're in Sharlayan. We're with Cryo. We're all together.
Oh. Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
I'm not gonna go do the quest, like finish the quest yet. Hold on. There's the summoning bell right here. Oh my goodness. All right. For leaves. hunts. Oh my gosh. I'm here. I'm in Charlian. Can I attune to other Aetherites before I've attuned to the main one? Sure can. I don't know that I've ever tried that before. Scholar's Harbor. This place feels so alive. It's probably because there's also a lot of people here, but... There it is. There it is. There's the Aetherite. Oh my goodness, what's in here? The music is so good. Oh, look at all the summoners and their carbuncles. The music in here is so good. Are you kidding me? Allow me to extend unto thee my warmest welcome, Tenacious. May the wisdom of my homeland aid us in our endeavors. I love you. Even allowing the years I spent in the first past here in the blink of an eye, the city feels untouched by time. You are doubtless eager to take in the sights. Not to worry, Tenacious. The city is not like to vanish before we finish our discussion. I already went and looked around a little. I'm fine, honestly. Better to be waved through with a stern warning than to be denied entry after all. That was about as awkward as expected. Still, we're here now and that's all that matters. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I have my very Charlene Paladin glam on right now. And, yeah, I think we need to go talk to somebody. Maybe Cryo. Okay. Oh, I wonder what this is gonna look like. I'm wondering a little about, glam as far as this goes. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Tenacious and Estinian's first time in Charlayan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldesion Annex. How does that sound? 'Tis a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Levier estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I feel sad that... I wonder if this is making Alize and Alfino sad. I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Aetherite Plaza, wasn't it? Shall I join you there anon? I shall join you there anon, sorry. Yes, we'll see you there. What's wrong, Urianger? I love you. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. Ooh, a shooting star. But I could... Oh. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Raha? That's so cute! Oh, of course, if you'll have me. Come, Tenacious. Charlian awaits. The music still, I love getting the new quest start music. Hi, Graha. After you, my friend, I am more than content to follow your lead. Grahatia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Grahatia behind by entering a different area using the Ethernet or by putting too much distance between you. You can also speak with Grahatia and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have Grahatia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While Grahatia is accompanying you, next try speaking with Kryl. All set? Then let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Oh my god, this is so cute. Conversation points along the way, which should offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with them to initiate these bonus conversations. Oh my gosh, this is so good! Okay, good. They're pretty fast. They're not like super slow or anything. That's good. Okay. Ooh, the Leveilleur estate is a... Look! It's the fountain! Now that is a sight one could hardly forget, the great statue of Thaliak. As a student of Valdesian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Charlayan people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restricted as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Charlayans can, and do, worship the divinities of their choosing. Are there any... I wonder if there are any other places... Oh, this is adorable. Oh my goodness. The oven-baked lobster is one of the last stand's most famous dishes. The flavor is said to be phenomenal, but unfortunately so is the price. Oh my goodness. The Gazette featured a piece about a so-called champion of Eorzea. They say this barbaric hero has prevailed in a multitude of battles, like some avatar of perfected violence, and it's almost uncanny how closely you match the given description. What an odd coincidence. Yeah, it's really strange, right? Oh my goodness, you are so cute! Welcome, step right in. If you've placed your order, find yourself a seat and we'll be along shortly. My friends and I were just discovering the Machi and the practice of black magic. Did you know that... Wait, is it evening already? How long have we been sitting here? Oh my goodness. You have the look of an outsider, and I have little and less to discuss with foreign barbarians. Wow. What an asshole. Miyaya, hello. You must try the Zurich. It's amazing. Best shared with a loved one if you ask me. The coffee here is to die for, but one cannot look past their charming tea set. I recommend you order both, funds permitting. Welcome to the last stand. As the final, and some say only, bastion of fine dining in Charlayan, we guarantee a quality culinary experience found nowhere else in the city. Oh, and then oh, interesting. I kind of want to put my maid outfit back on. It's so cute. Sometimes I have a really hard time deciding on glams. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our famous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlayan, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Charlayan when it came to cheap and convenient raha, but surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay. Oh my goodness. Can you see what they're talking about or anything? Oh my gosh, is it snowing again? Is this snow? Earlier when I logged in for a second earlier and it was snowing too, and I was so happy. It makes it feel so cozy here. Well met, good lady. I am Balsadir, one of the foremost scholars in the field of comparative mythology. It has been my life's work to scrutinize the myths of peoples across the land and throughout the ages, trying to glimpse the truth that hides behind commonalities these timeless stories share. What? Pardon me. I coordinate the acquisition of academic supplies for the studium, and this deluge of requests for subjects from far-flung lands has given me a splitting headache. Oops. Labyrinthos is host to numerous research facilities, so as you can imagine, I end up fielding quite the assortment of requests from the researchers. Even listing them all up for the gleaners to deal with has been a trying task. The imbeciles of the Astronomical Society have the audacity to call my sublime theories delusional. Have you ever heard of such unfounded nonsense? The vast tapestry of stars in the skies above are teeming with life, and I shall prove it if it's the last thing I do. Hey, I agree with you. I'm an astrologian. Don't worry. I agree with you. Do you know Laveva? Do you know her? An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's a perfectly functioning aetherite. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlayan stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Charlayan's largest marketplace. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh wait, this looks like one of the optional places I can go with them. Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Only a moment. How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but we won't wait around for you. Perhaps I'll return here later then. He's so cute! Cryo, why you bully? These little open-air bookstalls are so uniquely Charlayan. I'd always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. Kryl, how could you do that to Graha? He's so sweet. I don't know if this really goes with my pants, but it's alright. We have gear from in here now. What happens if I just talk to him? Anything worth cracking my coin purse for today, I wonder? Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlayan as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institute, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetheryte Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs to that imposing building at the very top. Research must needs be conducted efficiently. I surround myself with a sweet set of flowers to calm myself down. Helps me keep an open mind, you see. Oh there, Tenacious. Surprised I know your name? Well, you shouldn't be. You're practically a living legend. Hi, Izumi. Oh my god, I bet the view from here... Oh my god, I have to take a G pose. Hey, you two, get in here. Not all of them have to be a masterpiece, just want a G-pose with them. Alright. These little decorative features are typical of Charlayan architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. This is the Nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Charlayans, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge which flows from Thaliac's divine ewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. What is over here? Okay, I probably shouldn't drop down there because these two will probably go away if I do. This place is huge and it's so pretty. And there's a market board right by the Aetheryte. This is the new Limsa, but it's even better. I love it so much. This grand structure before you is the Rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in my mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Charlayan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Okay. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this is where those who put ashore with Archon Nyunkrep built... History tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Nyunkrep built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Sharlayan families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Leveilleur. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldesion Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza? Correct. After you, Tenacious. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think there's an Aetheryte over here, or an Ethernet shard. I don't want access to the Leveilleur estate. Fuck Fortuno, he's mean. My friends and I gather here from time to time to discuss what we've been reading recently. It's truly helped us broaden our intellectual horizons. My mother told me never to talk to strangers, so I'm ignoring you. See, this is me paying you no mind at all. I was gonna say, yeah, there's another... Oh my gosh, this little neighborhood! I mean, like, I know it's not really little. It's a small neighborhood, but with a lot of, like, big houses. Prosper Lane. Information's everything. That's why I'm here chatting with anyone I can find. What? Did you think I was slacking? I didn't really think anything of your being there. I just was talking to everyone. But now I think you're slacking. See that stylish, shiny new house there? It's mine. I'd say I was lucky to snag the plot from it, but no, I really do deserve it. Good for you. Do you mind? I need to submit a written report on this book, and I've barely even scratched the cover. Here at the Silent Monoteros, some patrons quietly read their books, while others like myself lose themselves in soundless meditation, until they are rudely torn from their reveries by nosy adventurers with nothing to say. Everybody here is really fucking rude, honestly. The tale of the pauper who became king has been passed down for generations throughout Ilsabard. Close scrutinization of the names of locations described in the story, however, reveals the possibility that this Ivalis actually exists. What's that? You're not here for my lecture? Ivalis does exist, though. Just so you know. Are you familiar with the Wandering Minstrel? The tales he spins never fail to engage and enthrall. What I wouldn't give to receive a masterclass in storytelling from the minstrel himself. That's so good. As the joyous look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldesion Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorstep of Phenomenon, but I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you then. The music is so pretty. I'm back, and I've brought Tenacious and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Raha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Tenacious. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Sunjika? It has been an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration Officer for the Students of Baldesion. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ejika? Oh yes, Eureka. I've read the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Sharlayan. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the Annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the Annex has served as our base of operations, and yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the Telephoroi fall. Through that door on the left, there is the main hall where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the entrance, so please feel free to make yourself at home. So it's gonna be like the pendants! Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. I love him so much. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. 'Twas simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known among the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. I want to see it. Oh my goodness. That's why there's so many people here. I came into here yesterday and I was like, there's nothing in here. Welcome back, Tenacious. Ready for a nap? Retire to your room. Clean sheets and warm blankets await. Rest as long as you like. Thank you. Thank you for the hospitality. Oh my goodness. Oh, and you can actually summon the esthetician here. Obviously, it was obvious why you couldn't in Pendants because you were not in the source, but it was still a bit inconvenient. Perfect. I love. This little room is so cute. It's beautiful. What are these? Antho cluster and dendro. Oh, cool. I'm gonna get rid of this. Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. Urianger, I love
Pray forgive
you.
me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
Yes. I'm so excited.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telephoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois.
I like how we're standing in like a perfect circle. Everybody go to your clock spots.
Despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous.
They're tempered.
Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, it simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
Being a thrall to a primal.
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
Is this where Urianger and Thancred are gonna...
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
But we just got here.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, and having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
You're not already gonna send me to Thavnair, right?
But the investigation in Sharlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnairian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
That's what I'm here for, don't even sweat it.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned.
Wait, what? Does that mean I get to decide?
As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course! The more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
Estinian, when are you gonna put your hair in a ponytail?
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
The dads!
Give me a moment.
Do you see the way Thancred looks at Urianger?
All the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
I'm so excited. This music is fantastic!